Hello guys. I hope it's recording already. So today we are having the stretch mobility focus class, and it's going to be for hip mobility, stability, and the second class will be a middle split progression. Sorry, I have to. Yeah. Okay. So and where do we start? It's actually a huge subject, and I am trying to fit it in two 30-minute classes, which usually I'm failing at, if you, you probably noticed that. But anyways, I will try to make it clear and easy to understand. The first thing which you have to, how you can see are you mobile and strong enough, is two positions. Usually, if we're focusing on middle split progression, it's squats and lunges. And if you're talking about the middle split, the side lunge actually is the fundamental thing for that. If you're not able to do a proper squat, if you're not able to do a proper side lunge, you should not be intensively stretching your middle split. You should start to work on your actual position engagement and maintaining that position in a balanced way. What I mean by that is you have to, do you feel the benefits of the squat? Do you feel the benefits of the side lunge? And this class today will help you go through that. Even if you already think you're strong, you're capable, etc., still there will be a lot of awareness and focused engagement and stuff like that today in the class. So it will feel challenging. It feels challenging for me each and every time, and I'm getting stronger. I feel that, but still, I'm always finding a new resistance and putting on it on me to actually feel how can I even progress even more, even more. So no board today, uh, but before we start, okay, I'm going to use today a couple of things, and before I start to do that, I want to let you know that the techniques that I'm giving you today, I have not invented them. I have over the years just gathered tons and tons of information, tested it on me, on my students as well, of course, and I found that some stuff works, some stuff don't work, and that usually takes a lot of time. So this, what I'm giving you today, actually works for me very good. It works for my students very good because mostly I work with students over 30 and over 40. So they are at age like full adults. So if you want to progress in your splits, especially for middle splits, because uh, it actually leads on to your joint mobility. Are you mobile in your hip joints? If your joints are stiff, if they're closed, if they're not very used to much movement, then your middle split stretching, especially if you're trying to push yourself down each and every time, it might lead to pain, it might lead to overstretching, it might lead to injuries because we are adults and we cannot break our bones anymore. We cannot make our joints be other than they are right now. So that's why the thing that you need to know is the end range. This word end range I will use today a lot. End range means your range of motion, which you can control, which means you can control and maintain. And work in that end range is very crucial, actually, to strengthen that range and to become aware of it. Therefore, you will be able to know how to move forward from that, because you cannot go past your end range right away. You have to strengthen your end range, and then you can go past it in a secure and gradual way. So that is the one subject that we're going to do go through today, through the exercises and my explaining stuff. If you want to progress in your middle splits, of course, you have to work past your end range, of course, as well. But I would not like to say progress in your middle splits because actually you're trying to progress in your overall mobility, stability, and overall health and well-being. And the middle split is just some kind of goal that you put there in a somewhere. You put it there, but do not focus it all the time. I need my middle split. I'm going there. It's not the main thing. It is nice when you finally reach it, if you reach it, but it's okay to actually appreciate what your body can do and that it grows better through doing that. And yes, next thing what you have to know, the cars controlled articular rotations is in the joint. So this is cars, if you were in the shoulder class, this is cars controlled articular rotation in the joint, and the same thing we can apply to our hips as well. So this is the word I'm going to use today, and not to overcomplicate things. You just have to understand what I'm telling. Now we're doing cars, and doing cars in end range is actually quite challenging, which you will find out today. And all of that working in your end range, progressing through your end range, moving past your end range, all of that is kinetic stretching. So a controlled way, in a controlled way. So not a lot of passive stretching in these two classes, mostly not at all. Okay, lots of active stretching, which is the kinetic stretching. And two more words what I want to go through today before we start, because it's quite it might be difficult for you to understand while we're doing it. That's why I wanted to mention is two words: pails and rails. Okay, uh, they're often used in kinetic stretching, and pails is progressive. Sorry, I don't want to dispronounce it. Okay, PALS is progressive angular isometric load, and rails is regressive. Okay, so PALS progressive angular isometric load, and rails regressive angular isometric load. But you don't have to kind of remember these words. You just have to know the difference between pails and rails. So progressive and regressive. So that word already makes us understand something. So easier for me to understand these words was once you're working to pails, progressive, okay, you're working with your agonist muscle group, which is the muscle group being contracted in the position you're in. For example, okay, let's lead down to squats. For example, you're in your squats, okay, in your deep squat position. So pails would mean that you are contracting the agonist muscle group, which is the thing that is opening up our hip joints and letting the insides of the legs stretch. So everything that is opposite here that helps us open up our hips is the agonist muscle group that is working hard so the antagonist muscle group can stretch. So once I'm telling you pails, it means that we're working with that part, with agonist muscle group, to actually go deeper in our stretch. But rails means that you're contracting the antagonist muscle group, that you're trying to contract the muscle group. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to lose your position while maintaining your correct position, contracting the antagonist muscle group. So pails, contracting agonists in the easy language, okay? And rails, contracting the antagonist muscle group, okay? So, and also one thing about rails is that is the intention to lift up or intention to do the movement, but not actually doing it. And I just don't want to say this while we're doing the exercises. I want to say it now so we can start to work and go through all of it, okay? So it means to go past your end range. Once you're doing a movement and you're thinking, oh, this is my end range, oh, I'm trying to go past it, it's not actually how it works. Moving past your end range sometimes means not being able to do any more of a movement. So you have to find a position where you cannot actually move. You can engage, but you cannot actually move anymore. You cannot even go any deeper, but you're trying to contract and engage. And that gives us a possibility to move past our end range. You will see that in exercises. I don't want to complicate these things, but these are the techniques that I'm working through, and I'm learning all the time something new. So if you have taken previous stretching classes, I haven't talked about this because I was in my way of discovering it. So that's why I'm not talking about this. Right now, I'm talking about this because I think I have discovered a tiny itty bitty part that can help you progress. So that's why I want to talk about it with you guys so you understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing, why I think it's working. So, okay, we will start. Now you can turn off the music, but just make sure you actually hear me. We're gonna just warm up our hip joints. If you use the warm-up video already, that's nice. If you did not use it, I'm not sure how you all doing it. Maybe you're just going on into your stretch right away if your body is used to it. So, and let's stretch here a little bit. As you can see, I'm trying to maintain my back straight all the way through, pushing my knee out, letting my hips slightly open. Nice, good stretch. Great. Now, we're moving on to a side lunge position. So if your heel does not touch the floor, that's quite all right, but make sure that this leg is not rotated inward. You want to stretch out, so your knee should be looking up. You can stay on your toes here as well if it feels more comfortable for you. Just make sure you're not sloppy here, okay? Your back is straight. And from here, we're moving to the center and rotating towards the knee. You don't have to place your butt to the floor. I'm not even placing the butt. I'm just trying to rotate as close as I can to the knee and coming back, opening up the hip. Now this is just a warm up, so we don't get cramps when we will start to do exercises. And even with it, you may have cramps. That's all right. It happens to me as well. And let's do one more. Open up, stretch, and let's move to the other leg on your knee. And breathe all the way through this. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Stretch a little bit. I'm moving to the side lunge, opening up. And towards the knee. And opening up. And towards the knee. 2 more. Open. Towards the knee. Push your knee out a little bit and open up. Nice. Open up your legs. Make sure your back is straight. You can put your weight onto your blocks, okay? Make sure your back is straight and not rounded, okay? Nothing happens here. Back is straight, and we're just shifting weight back and forth. You should feel comfortable here. Nice, stretch your right leg and to your left. To the center. Go as low as you can, but still do not round your back. Nice. Okay. So let's move on to our hip work. We will start with a 90 degree position. So I bet you all know what 90 degree is, but sometimes I feel that my students still get confused. Just look at the mat and see if your leg is in the same position as the mat, so 90 degrees. So, and both feet are quite not totally relaxed, slightly flexed, but just make sure you're not flexing your toes, okay? And just try to understand if you can rotate forward. If you cannot, you should just pull a little bit, slightly feet closer so you can actually maintain position when your both hips are looking forward in this 90-90 degree position. So your back is straight, your tummy is not relaxed, but it's not over engaged, okay? Your back is straight. Slide down your shoulder blades and we're moving towards the front leg. Now, what I usually see in this exercise is this. You don't want to do this. Back is straight. This movement can be quite small. It depends on your body. So don't go further than you feel like you can actually hold. And we're doing 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let your heels stay where they are. Open up. Boom. This is your angle now here. Okay. And we're moving to the other side. Check if you have a nice 90-90. And 1. Back is straight, shoulder blades down. 2. I'm taking my fist just to make sure my back is as straight as it can be. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving back. 90-90. Okay, now from here, we're gonna warm up and learn the internal and external rotation in your hip joint. Now we're gonna lift up the foot and lower it down. So this is internal rotation in your hip joint, which is usually weaker than external rotation. So make sure your back is straight. If it's difficult, you can put your hands onto the floor and do this here. If you feel quite well in this one, you can try to not place the hands onto the floor, and you're trying to lift as high as you can without moving your torso, just your hip joint. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now your foot stays onto the floor and we can do external rotation. 1, just the leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to lift up the leg. Try to maintain nice line between your knee and your heel. So your knee and your heel has to be at the same height. Try to work on that so it's in the same height, and you're lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now we're gonna lift up and put the foot down first. So you're gonna kind of lift up with your highest position and do an external rotation. So you lift up, foot down, lift, foot down, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to do quite the opposite. We're going to lift up. Now put the knee down. So you're going to lift up and do the internal rotation and then only lift, lower down the foot. So we're lifting up, boom, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now you probably understand why I was talking about cramps. That can happen. Now we're going to work with the front leg. We're going to lift up the front leg in 90-degree position as well. You're going to try to maintain the same height with the knee and the heel, okay? And we're going to try to extend it. Lift up, extend, and back. Lift, extend, back. And 3, and 4, 5, 3 more, 6, breathe, 7, and 8, opening up and moving to the other leg. Now this is the part where you can see that one leg, it's easier to work with one leg, maybe for some. For me, it is. Through these exercises, I found that I have this balance in my hips. One is stronger, one is weaker. And that is okay to be aware of it. So once you're stretching your split, you actually know what's going on there and which leg is kind of pulling your back a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do the internal rotation by lifting up the foot. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. 6, 5, okay, now it's 7, 8, 9, 10, lift up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Lift up, and the heel, the foot goes down first. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're switching. Lift up and internal rotation. 1. This should feel a little bit harder than the previous one for many of you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Put your hands onto the floor. Now we're going to lift up the front leg. Extend. 1, and back. 2. Breathe. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Nice. Now let's open up. And your back is straight. If it's difficult for you to sit here with your straight back, sit on a block or 2. It depends. Your back is straight. We're going to pulse our knees out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now from here, you're going to work with your hips to open up in a straddle position without your hands. So you're going to slide Opened in your straddle. Now through here, you're going to slide back. And the position should be the same as before. And slide. Boom. Engage your quads. Your heels might lift up from the floor. And slide. 2. Back. 3. Back. 4. Push your knees out. Back. And 5. Back. From here, connecting. Boom. Opening up. Okay, now we're going to stay in our butterfly position. You're going to push your knees out. Place your hands, and we're just pushing our knees down closer to the floor. Your feet are connected. Do not open them up, and your butt might lift up from the floor since you're pushing hard. And we hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more rep. Now, if you can, you just walk closer with your butt to your feet. Your back is straight, and we start to push down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Boom. Close in. Whew. Round your back and stretch here a little bit. Nice. Okay. Moving forward. Now we're moving to our rotations. Cars. You might need one block here. It's okay if you don't have a block. Okay. You can do this without a block as well. And I'm going to do one set without the resistance band and one set with the resistance band on my knee. So if you don't have the resistance band, it's quite all right. You can still have the maximum effort and the benefits of this exercise, but even without the band. But if you're advanced and you want to feel more, you can use the band. But my suggestion is start to build up your own resistance before you use resistance. Okay, so you have to feel how your hip works without the band before you put on the band. So one leg is on to the block, and we're moving on to our elbows. Okay, let's do this without the block. But if you want this to make it a little bit more complicated, you just put the block here, just to make sure you do not lose those 90 degrees in your foot. So now your end range. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders and you lift up the leg as high as you can. As you can see, I cannot create an arch in my back here. That's why I like this position. And now you're going to open up, and the heel works together with the knee. That's why the block actually helps you to be aware of it, okay? You push out, boom, hold those 90 degrees that we were working before, and only then you lower down. Once you understood this, try to make this as a one movement in your end range. Heel and knee is connected. 3, 4, 5. Nice. You don't need to do more than 5 if you're doing max effort with this exercise. It actually really makes you tired really fast. So now we're gonna switch direction, open up, and remember, heel with the knee works together and closing in. Open up, breathe. And 3, breathe. And 4, breathe. Last one, and breathe. Nice. Switching the other leg. So I'm going to try to do this with a block and not lose it. Make sure you have a nice position on your elbows. And lifting up as high as you can. Lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Almost lost the block and switching, opening up. And 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now, one more set of this exercise. And if you want to make it excruciating hard, you can use the resistance band. But if you're trying to work in your end range, it's hard enough even without the band. So it depends on you. It doesn't matter which way you work, as long as you actually feel what we are doing over here, okay? So on your elbows, when I work with the band, I like to make the foot in a flex position, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. For some people, it's easier to do with the band because the band creates the resistance. But what I want you to have from this class is to learn to create your own resistance. That's why we have a lot of exercises to make your life harder. So put the knee on the block. Put the okay. Make sure you have a nice position and as high as you can, knee together with a heel, and 1, 2. The slower you go, the better. 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Okay, my face is red. This was difficult. Moving forward. Whew. Put the knee onto the block. Here, again, if you don't have a block, you can skip putting the knee onto the block. I just feel sometimes it's easier. So here is a side lunge position, what we have right now. I like to keep the other leg, foot flex position. Now what you have to make sure that both of your hips are looking forward. Not this, but this. And once you're doing this, you see the knee is falling in. You have to walk with the foot a little bit forward so you can see the knee is going nice outside the lane. You can hold your hips to the front because it's a side lunge, not something between, okay? Next thing, once you're moving into your side lunge position, for example here, the mistakes I usually see Okay. What I want you to do is actually not do anything with your torso. You're just holding the position, maintaining the position you're in, and you're just working with this part to push the knee out. So you're kind of trying to create abduction here to pull the knee out. Okay, so you're working with the outside of your foot with your glutes to maintain your position and try to go further. Now, usually here, as low as you can go, full foot onto the floor. Now here, the main thing to get up is just with your butt. Push, 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 push. We're gonna go down in a nice position like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Just to make sure we are not doing something different here. So we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're coming up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your glutes should be burning here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As low as you can go. It can be here, okay? You don't have to go as low as I'm going now, okay? And just make sure you're in your lowest, but still you're controlling the position. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're staying in this position, pulling the knee out, holding our core, and just trying to move deeper down in this position. I am engaging my toes here as well because I'm working a lot with my ankle here to help the knee not to fall in, as well as I'm working with my glutes a lot, not to need my knee to fall in, to maintain this nice position, to actually feel the stretch here. And moving back. Ooh, yes. Moving to the other side. Yeah, your glutes might hurt after this workout, which is nice. Why not? Glutes are big muscle groups and we should be working with them. So, hips, looking forward, make sure if you can, if the knee is not falling out, hips, and moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should feel that your hamstrings are burning here as well. Okay, because they are working here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down. And hold for 10 seconds. Push out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming up. Whew, nice. Nice. Moving forward. Now we're going to extend one leg. I'm going to sit on our heel like this. So you're sitting on your heel. So now you're going to see, make sure the leg is in a straight line with your hip. So it's not too much into the front. So if you feel like we're going to try to lift up the leg, but this is the part where we actually don't need movement in our leg because we're going to go past our end range. So if you feel like you can lift up the leg, not moving to the side, okay? No moving to the side, just the leg. Then you just move towards here, and see if you can lift up there. If you still can, just walk even closer, okay? So we don't need an actual movement to happen here. We're gonna just engage. So you thinking about lifting up, but you're not lifting up, okay? And we're gonna work on percentage. So I'm gonna say 20, 40, 60, 80%, and you're gonna put the effort in it from it, okay? So right now, the foot, the knee, you're trying to rotate the leg a little bit out, okay? And now you're gonna try to lift up, and we're starting to lift up. See, I'm not moving, but I'm engaging everything what I can. Back is straight, 20%, 40%. If you feel like you can lift up, move closer. 60%, breathe. Sit on your heel, don't come up, just try to lift up. Okay, 80%, 90%, and let's go 100 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you try to maintain the external rotation and trying to lift your leg up here. Now I'm gonna go internal rotation, and we're gonna push the leg down into the floor and trying to activate our antagonist muscle group, which we want to stretch in our middle splits, which are our inner thighs, okay? So the foot rotates now inward, and we go 100% for 10 seconds. We start to push, push it into the ground. Push, 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 push. You should feel everything here is engaged. You can touch and feel the engagement. Push into the ground. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And open and close. Nice. And switch the other leg. Sit on your heel. Okay. If you need, walk a little bit towards the leg. Foot looks up as the knee. And let's try to lift up. And 1, 20%, sorry. Try to lift up 40%. Ooh, rotation, maintain the rotation. 60%, breathe, lift, lift, lift. The intention to lift is much more stronger than the lifting itself. 80%, go. Breathe, lift, 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 lift. 90%, 100%. 3, 2, 1, and the foot goes into the floor. Now we're pushing down, and let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice. Whew. Now, moving on. This is my favorite position, the deep squat position. So if you cannot feel nice and good into this position, you have to come up higher. Make sure your knees don't fall in. Make sure your back is straight. To come up higher, you can use anything which you can hold on to. Make sure you're in the widest, deepest squat as you can possibly go, maintaining full feet onto the floor and your back straight. You can hold wherever you need to maintain this position, okay? So hopefully you understood your deepest position, not mine, not your neighbor's, your, because you're trying to move past your end range, okay? Once you're working in your exact end range, you actually can go past it. Once you go further to your end range, you lose the benefits from the exercise, and you're not actually going anywhere from there because you cannot engage what you need to engage. So therefore, try to be responsible for your own end range. And we're moving into a deep squat position. Now reach your feet. If you're holding on to something, just hold on to something. Don't reach your feet. Now we're going to try to move up. Again, the intention of movement, but not an actual movement, okay? You're going to try to lift up. While you're trying to lift up, you're going to push your knees closer. So your hands are not letting to do it. If you're standing in this squat, you will just keep engaging, okay, if you're a little bit higher. So we're going to lift up and we're going to try to push our knees together, maintaining our back straight. We're going to work in a percent with percents here, percentage effort percent. Okay, I'm not sure how to say it correctly. So I'm going to say again percent, and you're going to try to put in the effort. So we're going to start with a 20 where we're just going to try to lift up, nothing more, just lifting up 20%. Hold on to your toes. Okay, we're going for 40%. Your chest is moving forward and you're trying to push more. Up, 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 up. 60%. Now you start to push your knees into your hands. Breathe. Okay, 80%. Now you're trying to do this even more harder. Lift up, chest to the front, back is straight, push the knees, and we go 90%, 100%. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stay in this position. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to move down, deeper into our squat. Release the hands, back is straight, and open up and push down for 10 seconds. Open, push, down, down, down. Push yourself forward, engage the glutes. And we go once more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck, my legs are shaking. Okay, from here, what I wrote down there. Okay, you're gonna love this one. Okay, from here, we wanna stay again into this position. We're just gonna move with one knee down without changing the position into our torso. 2. You don't have to touch the floor. It's actually not needed here. See how your hip works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay in your squat. I know your legs are burning. Now we're gonna rotate circles. Maintain your back straight and switch. 2, 3, 4. Extend. Whoo, now stretch to your right, back is straight. And to your left. So if you work with when you're doing your stretching routines and each time you're doing this exercise, trust me, you will progress in your squats, in technique of the squats, and you will start to feel the benefits of the squats. I know most people think they kind of get what the squat is about, but sometimes I just see in the positions and the execution of the exercise that some parts are just not engaged into the squats because you have to feel all of your body into the squat, and it's quite difficult. Like the plank position, you have to work with all of your body in your plank position. The same applies to your squat. You need to feel, starting from your ankles to your knees, how your hips are working. Are your glutes engaged? How your thighs are feeling, your inner thighs, okay? Are your core maintaining the nice and stable position? Is your back straight? Are you pushing off from the ground? Are you engaging this position? Can you maintain the position? So it is difficult. We're going back to a deep squat position. We're going to do the circles again. Now I want you to stay in your lowest position and you're just trying to circle. And switch. 3, 2, 1. As you see, I didn't let my knees go in at any point. I maintained the position and I work with my ankles here. Okay, shake your legs out. Now this is the sequence I use and give my students to actually progress in squats, in the strength of the glutes. And the more strength you have, the more capable you are actually to open up your hips and work to actually benefit your middle split. So the next thing, which you're not gonna love, is the side lunge. I'm gonna walk a little bit further away because I feel like my head is outside the camera. This is the last one in this class, okay? The side lunge, okay? And then we're finishing this class. Your legs should feel burning. Everything should feel warm and nice. So the side lunge, open up your legs a little bit. So you want to work in your end range. You want to go as low as you possibly can, not as low as your neighbor can. So you're trying to work for you to benefit your own body. So try to understand which is your lowest position. Some key points which you need to attach on is where your knee is going. There's the foot, there the foot is pointing. So if the knee is going in, either way, are you engaging your hip openers to actually maintain the position and the knee is still looking in? It means the foot has to work in as well. So you have a nice good balance with the ankle and the knee, okay? Therefore, you will have the balance in your hip joint. It all works together. Once you lose the balance in your ankle, you will not be able to actually open up your hip, properly engage the muscles you need to engage to ensure safe and beneficial hip opening. Okay, so we're gonna move again on count of 5 down into a deepest position and come up in the same manner as we did with the knee on the block. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as low as you can go, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you're done once time, and I'm gonna give you a note, is that the other leg is working as well. The other leg is pushing. It's pushing. Once you engage the other leg, this is tons more easier than just going here. Because if you're not engaging the other leg, you will collapse at some point in your core and you will not be able to engage because you're trying to work with one side in an exercise where you need to use both sides. Just in both sides are doing a little bit different. So this one is going down and the other leg is actually pushing. And you will feel a nice good stretch in the other leg. Okay, let's continue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching legs. Now the other leg will start to push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. You're not done yet. Breathe. Whew. Okay, now we're gonna go like down in one movement, but we will still count to 5. So just to make sure we're not doing this movement too fast. And you're gonna walk through that lowest position to the other side of the leg. So you're gonna walk from one leg to the other leg, starting from your lunge. Okay, let's try this. We're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is your lowest. Imagine you're under the table and you want to walk through there to the other side. And now you're going to move from, now this leg is pushing, opening up. Now that leg starts to push and coming up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, tremendously difficult exercise when you're trying to do it right. We're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're working with your glutes and your core is maintaining the position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, switching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Push. And open up your hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under the table. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and you can stretch here. Back is straight. Pull your shoulder blades slightly together to maintain the straight back position. You can stretch to one leg and to your other leg. Nice. So, shake it out. So, your legs probably feel like a jelly now, but it would be amazing if you would right away connect to the next class because they are connected together like a lot. So each one complements the other one. So hopefully you have the time to do both classes at the same time. If no, that's okay. So thank you for joining this class. I hope you did everything safe. I hope you felt the benefits. I hope you felt the burn, because the more it burns, the better it actually is, because the more you're starting to feel your own body, and you can always work through that burn through breathing. Through breathing, self-awareness, and of course, acceptance that maybe it starts to burn too fast. You didn't wait for that. But still, it's your body. Take care of your body. And these kind of exercises actually help us a lot to feel the engagement and to kind of get to know what works when. Okay, so feel free to give me feedback about this class if you enjoyed it. If not, also you can give me feedback. And if you have any questions, I'm here. I'm free. I'm ready to answer if needed. So just contact me on my Instagram, and I will answer as fast as I can. So have a wonderful day, and hopefully you're joining the next class. We start in a couple of, like in 10 minutes or so. So see you there.